I think that a lot of that was that it was Johnny Depp. I think the celebrity status.
Yeah, to me and several other people, this wasn't exactly the best excuse she could have given for why they lost the case against Johnny Depp. But it seems this was kind of the basis of Amber firing her and appointing new sets of lawyers to represent her at the upcoming appeal. But it also seems like Elaine won't be backing down and taking all the blame, as she has now seemingly gotten in front of the whole story. And trust me, you'd be just as amazed as I am when you hear what she said. Interested in learning more about this whole new development? Then keep watching as Stay the Course with me.
You have to remember that. What they learned from the UK case is to demonize Amber, which is what they did, and to try to suppress as much of the evidence that came in the UK and did not come in the United States.
Yeah, I know this isn't any better than the first explanation she gave, but it seems the lawyer isn't exactly ready to just roll over and take all of the blame for the loss, as reports are stating that's exactly the story Amber has been telling since she made the huge change in her camp. And that's only where the plot begins. Okay, so it all started after Team Amber announced that they were going to be making some pretty big changes. And it got even worse when it was revealed that Elaine wasn't going to be a party to the appeal. And not just that, but also that the fact that the lawyer was leaving Amber's camp was possibly going to be a defense for the team at the appellant court. But it seems Elaine has other plans.
Okay, and so I guarantee you one of the things they're going to do on appeal is they're going to go after Elaine for ineffective assistance of counsel. I would be shocked if they didn't do that. There were so many times where she just threw her hands up and she just got her ass handed to her, if we remember. And so
for the announcement that came from the actress's camp, a spokesperson for them announced Amber had retained David L. Axelrod and J. Ward Brown of law firm Ballard Spahr to lead her counsel. Ben Rottenborn will continue as co-counsel, while Elaine Charleston-Bredehoft will step down. Now, looking at this announcement like this, as it was in the news, one would think it was just a regular change of lawyers, as most people in legal cases do. But what revealed that Amber used this to subtly shade Elaine was the fact that the spokesperson also followed up the change announcement with a statement. They started, "When it comes to protecting the fundamental right of freedom of speech, we look at the jury's decision, to paraphrase a famous quote, not as the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning," Heard spokesperson said. "A different court warrants different representation, particularly as so much new evidence is now coming to light." This was all the confirmation that proved that Amber planned to throw Elaine under the bus at the appeal, and looking at the track record of her new representatives, it doesn't particularly seem like such a far-fetched idea. Specifically, Axelrod is a former federal prosecutor and first-chair trial lawyer who represents individuals and companies in high-stakes civil litigation, while Brown has represented journalists, news organizations, and documentary filmmakers, among others, in First Amendment cases. The pair successfully defended the New York Times against Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit earlier this year. What made it all seem even more messy is that Elaine actually stated that she was totally in support of them. The lawyer said the appeal is the perfect time to pass the baton in her own statement. "I have pledged to Amber and her appellate team my complete cooperation and assistance as they move forward on a path towards success." But even with all of these plans to make Elaine the face of their failure in the defamation case at the appellate court, several experts seem to believe it is not a particularly strong approach, because not only would the judges favor Johnny for winning the case at the Virginia court, as the jury's verdict is going to be respected, and the only possible avenue that they could manage to spin the story is if they could somehow prove that due process wasn't followed and some things were skipped during the main trial, which, according to these experts, went pretty smoothly. Well, the reality that is seemingly staring at Amber got a couple of fans talking on social media about this whole thing with Elaine. One user wrote, "Of course Amber will be disappointed. Maybe she will realize it wasn't Elaine's fault but her testimony, her evidence, her audios as to why she lost the trial." Another user who needed clarity on these Amber's attempt to throw Elaine under the bus wrote, "My question, Andrea, is if after the appeal, if Amber decides to go on a big unhinged public tirade regarding Elaine, blaming her to the point that it seriously hurts Elaine's legal reputation, is it possible for Elaine to sue Amber for defamation?" Oh, by the way, the answer to that is yes. Elaine could in fact sue her for defamation all over again if things get to that point. And with the current trajectory the actress is following, things will probably end up at that point. Anyway, remember that these are based on research and theories and should be regarded as such. That's it for now, guys. I'll see you on the next one.